I'm out here at the Emporia Country Club to talk to you about the changes for the 2021 Dynamic Discs Open. First change is right here on hole number 1. We've moved the tee pad up the hill about 40 feet or so. It's still the same distance, so it's still that 1,200 foot shot for the MPO and about 999 feet for the FPO because they are playing the shorter pin. This change I really like because of the road on the right. It kind of takes it out of play a little bit more unless we got a big headwind on this hole. The only way you're really going to reach that road is if you just shank something over to the right. The thing I do also really like about this hole is it just kind of lets you open up on that first tee shot. You can get a little bit more aggressive and be a little bit more relaxed on this first tee shot. You don't have to worry about which way the wind's coming and all that. You just want to get it in play. We may see a 3 on this hole. I don't know. It's going to have to be a pretty big arm player to do it because it's going to take 2 600-foot plus pinpoint shots. So we may see it. You never know. Sunday's the day that you probably will see that because players, or Saturday rather, is the day you're going to see that because players are able to get a little bit more aggressive and know exactly what they need to do. I think it's a great starting hole. 1,200 feet for MPO, 999 feet for FPO. It's going to be a fun watch. Next up, we've got hole number 6, completely different change. This is the biggest change of the 4 changes we've got this year. We've moved the tee completely. So after you finish hole number 5, which is off to my left, you walk across this fairway to this tee pad. It kind of plays parallel between hole 5 and hole number 3. Yeah, hole 3. It's 335 feet uphill. The reason for this change is the big tree, the only tree that was in the old hole. If you remember the shot that goes up the hill with the bunker and the green on the right, that one tree that was kind of in the middle that you just had to avoid has died. It's gone. They've taken it out. It's just a small stump at this point. So we needed a change. Here's the change. The other change on it is we have pushed the pin back into the woods. So from where the pin used to be, that is pin high, and directly to the left of that is about 40 feet is where the pin sits, kind of in a notch of where the tall grass is out of bounds. You got a nice big beautiful tree over the top of the basket. So there's a couple ways that you can play this hole. You can either try to get aggressive and spike into that tree and hopefully stay in bounds. If you don't, you're probably just getting a circle 3. Or you could just play smart, a nice straight shot up the middle and give yourself a 20, 30, maybe 40-foot putt looking for your birdie. Either way, it's hole number 6. It's a big change for the course, but I think it's a good one. Okay, next change, hole number 8. This one is like hole number 1, not a massive change. We moved the tee about 30 or 40 feet again off to this direction. It kind of just sets you up perfect. Before, the original tee was kind of facing a weird direction because it used to be a hole that played down to the water, a par 3, and then we went ahead and changed it into the par 5 that it is. We pushed it up here on the tee box because it just looks beautiful. This daunting, very long, very aggressive type of a hole with OB down both sides. For the MPO, it plays 10-14, and for the FPO, it plays 9-18 because they will be playing to the shorter basket. I believe you can get a little bit more aggressive on this hole as well if you want to go for that eagle. However, a player like me, there's no way I have a chance of getting a legit 3 on this hole, in my opinion, unless the wind is right. I'm honestly not throwing 2 500-foot shots, so for me, what I think the play here is just a little dump hyzer. Make sure you get in bounds and then get aggressive from there. Last and certainly not least is my favorite change. It's a change that I've been trying to happen for, how long have we been playing the country club? Yeah, about that long. So country club finally went for it. We had Mike Smith come out and build this beautiful dock with a concrete tee pad in the middle. So it is not a floating dock. It is actually anchored down into the pond, and it is stable as can be. I believe it plays around 320-ish to the front of the island. Basket will set in the front of the island like it has the past couple years at least. I love this hole. The wall, people were, indifferent about the wall, I think, when we first put it up, but I think it's a fantastic ad, especially from this tee. Gives people a little bit more reason to go for it. And let's just say you do go for it and you hit that wall and you stay in bounds, you're on the backside of the wall. Well, guess what? You're looking at about a 30-footer with death behind it. So you got to make your decision if I'm going to go for this or just lay it up and take my par. Nothing wrong with taking your par. I think we're going to see more players go for this beautiful hole. Keep in mind, this is just for the MPO. The FPO will still be playing the short pad, but I'm excited to watch the MPOs tackle this hole. Hopefully we can get an ace. I think we're going to have a lot more players going for the green because the layup is not an easy shot. We did lose a couple trees over on this right side, so it really opens up that shot into the green. You can either go big hyzer, big forehand, straight at it, whatever you want. I'm excited for this change. I cannot wait to watch people play it. There's the changes for the Emporia Country Club for the 2021 Dynamic Discs Open. I'm excited for these changes. Holes like 1 and 8 allow the player to get a little bit more aggressive, especially these bigger arms, possibly bringing some eagles into play, which I think is going to be great. And 6 and 16 are both fantastic changes as well, especially right here on hole number 16. I can't wait to watch players go for this green. The only way I could see people laying up is if it's super windy, and it never gets windy in Kansas, so I don't foresee that being an issue. But yeah, even if you lay up, the layup shot's not super easy on this hole. My mindset going into a hole like 16 is go for the green every single time, no matter what, because the way I look at it is it's either a 2 or a 4, and if I lay up, it's either a 3 or a 5, and I'd much rather take the 2 or 4 option and just take 5 completely out of play, because you should be able to get up and down from the drop zone, which is a relatively easy shot. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the Disc Golf Network. They're going to be covering all 4 rounds of this event, and it's so worth it. Make sure you guys do that. Go pay for that subscription. It's definitely worth it. So thanks guys so much for watching. If you're not going to be in town for the Dynamic Discs Open, make sure you tune in. And if you are coming for the Dynamic Discs Open, make sure you say hi. Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Look at that, EMac does have a forehand.